What's up guys, June here, and in this video I'm going to cover a quick guide for the last of the Elite Slayer mobs, which are the Acheron Mammoths. To gear up for these guys you want to be using melee. The specific style doesn't really matter. I'm using a Scythe and Malevolent. You could also get by with Drygores. If you have a Brawler Aura, you definitely want to use your Brawler Aura because you are not 100% accurate on these guys even with Tier 90 and Turmoil and Supreme Overloads. So that is going to boost your damage output pretty significantly. And another thing that I really like is the Scrimshaw of Vampirism, and the reason for that is they deal a pretty hefty amount of damage, and the healing effect on the Scrimshaw of Vampirism will extend your trips a lot. One thing I also like to bring with me in my inventory is Weapon Poison, and because of their high HP, that really makes a pretty significant difference in the length of kills, and it can reduce the amount of damage that you take as a result of that. So with all that said, let's get started with the actual strategy. Mammoths attack with both melee and ranged. However, the ranged attack doesn't actually deal its damage until a very short period of time after the animation for the attack goes off, so the best way to mitigate damage here is to prayer switch back and forth between deflect ranged and deflect melee based on the attacks you see the Mammoth using. If this is too much involvement for you, you can be successful exclusively using Soul Split, but you should expect much shorter kill trips that way. Another reason you might potentially find Soul Split more preferable is the very first hit you receive when you engage combat with a Mammoth, it disables your protection prayers for a short period of time. Additionally, if for any reason you flee from the Mammoth during the fight other than during the periods where it's using its Trample special attack, you will have all of your prayers disabled and receive a message that says your dishonorable conduct during the duel has angered the gods who refuse to listen to your prayers any longer. The next of the Mammoth's mechanics is a standard trample mechanic that if for any reason you're underneath the Mammoth's feet, he will trample you for some significant amount of damage, and this is a pretty easy one to avoid. Just don't walk your bleeds by stepping underneath the Mammoth. You can step away and it will melee distance you and you get the triple bleed damage that way. And finally, the last of the Mammoth's mechanics is a special attack. At any point during the fight, they can have a second bar appear above their head by the adrenaline bar, and this fills very rapidly, and when it is full, the Mammoth will charge in a random direction and deal very high melee damage to the player if they're caught in that charge. They tend to do this a few times in quick succession, and this can hit up to 7k melee damage, though that can also be reduced with Deflect Melee Prayer. And it's important that you pay attention and notice when this is about to happen, because it's very easy to avoid simply by running away or utilizing any of the obstacles or the walls of the arena to break the Mammoth's pathing mechanics. However, if you do get hit, this has huge KO potential, and it can drop you even with the right prayers on and continuing to eat food, so avoiding this is definitely your #1 priority. Thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. The loot from these guys is unfortunately a little bit unimpressive. The drops themselves are worth a decent amount, but because they have such high HP and defense, they take a pretty long time to kill, and your GP and XP returns per hour are pretty unimpressive. The Tier 99 Beast of Burden item at the moment is selling pretty high, but I would expect that to drop pretty significantly in the near future because unfortunately they look like dead on release content as well. The extra 2 slots are nice, but there's really nowhere that you need to utilize those, and the special move scroll is just allowing you to eat an item out of your Beast of Burden inventory directly, which seems totally pointless in my opinion since you're not even saving yourself any actions, because withdrawing an item and then eating it takes as many clicks as using a special move scroll to eat that same item. So I don't know what they were thinking when they implemented that. Hopefully maybe they come up with a better idea in the near future. But I hope you enjoy them anyway, and enjoy this quick little clip of me getting my ass handed to me, pinned into a corner by one while I was testing these guys out. And I will see you in the next video.